Hey, Radiance here. Working 3 hours per day is enough to be an effective full-time remote employee, but it does not apply to all types of knowledge work. For example, as a project manager, you're more likely to work long hours since you need to hold a lot of context about the project by attending meetings and constantly gathering information from different people through messaging. In contrast, as a programmer, you may only need to close a few tickets per day that already include most of the information, meaning all you need to do is to get into the focus state and stay productive. Many professions offer high compensation for just a few hours of deep work, but I can only speak from a software developer perspective, since that's what I've been doing my whole career and most of my friends are doing it for a living. I also just happen to have a time tracking app as a side project, and I've been using it since my first job. So those 3 hours are not a random number, but rather an average I've extracted from years of tracking my time. On average, I work 30 to 35 hours per week, including weekends, and only half of that belongs to remote work. The rest goes to side projects that don't generate income, such as my YouTube channel and productivity app. In retrospect, I could have worked a second job instead of pursuing this self-actualization project and would have been retired in Georgia by now. Yet I'm also aware of my personality. Having one remote job stresses me out sometimes, and replacing side project with another job wouldn't make me happy. At the same time, I completely understand why more people pursue having multiple remote jobs. Money loves speed, and investing a second paycheck into the right vehicle could improve your finances and overall well-being in the long term. If you're just starting your career, keep work hours as an important variable as you pick a skill set or profession. But if you're already in the right field, let's continue with practical ways to work less. According to Andrew Huberman, the best duration for focused work is about 90 minutes. While you can improve your ability to focus through different protocols, quality sleep, and consistent physical activities, most of us are limited to 2 to 3 90-minute blocks of deep work. Try doing more than that and you quickly experience diminishing returns in your productivity. Thinking in 90-minute blocks is the easiest way to work less while getting things done. You can allocate 2 90-minute blocks to your work and 1 for side projects to win the game. The 90 minutes block doesn't have to be one uninterrupted work session. Instead, you can divide it into a few sets with less than 10 minutes breaks. The block doesn't have to be 90 minutes, but it's a good target. After one such bound of work, it is good to have a quality decompression time for at least 30 minutes, where you're not focusing on anything specific and give your mind quality recovery time. It could be cleaning the house, cooking, exercising, but try to escape using a phone or checking social media. An easy scheduling technique to finish work early in the day is to do one bound of focused work before breakfast and one after that. That way you will also get health benefits from doing intermittent fasting and pushing the first meal later in the day. It's easy to have a long deep work sessions when you work independently and there is no need to collaborate with other people. Yet when you're part of an organization, it leads to more time spent acquiring information through meetings and constant messaging. The goal is to reduce this type of shallow work to a minimum by being proactive about removing unnecessary calls and becoming a better communicator through text messages. If you can't affect company's culture and they still prefer having a lot of synchronous communication, consider finding another job. Another thing that can hinder deep work session is lack of necessary information to proceed. Being proactive about removing potential blockers in advance by gathering necessary information and thinking a few steps ahead will save you lots of time. So now you can finish work before lunchtime. What will you do with all this free time? Without having anything interesting besides work, there's less push for optimizing time and being disciplined about these 90 minutes blocks. Technology will only improve, and eventually, with the help of AI, you'll only need to work 1 hour per day. It's great for people that have a bunch of interests besides work, yet some of us like to work and having extra free time might create existential anxiety. And that's where entrepreneurial activities or hobby might come into play. To go from talk to action, check out Increaser.org to get going with this 90 minutes blocks.